And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Life from the Inside Out with Kris. And here with you. My name is Dan Winkle, and it's been a little while since we've done a show, but I'm glad that you're here with us. And today we're going to be doing some deep trance channeling with Kris. So if you want to get a deep dose of metaphysical wisdom, stick around. I'm sure we're going to talk about something really exciting. So, Serge, welcome back. It's good to be with you.
Same. It's nice to see you again. It's been a little while, and I think we've been doing some growing in the interim.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that's reflected in the show. I know I kind of got pretty deep into getting my novel done, so that was made a big push for that and finished it. So that's going to be interesting to see where that goes. And
Very nice.
yeah,
I look forward to reading it.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. So,
Yeah, he's kind of around, been around for a little bit. Just keep putting him at bay until
yeah,
we're
yeah.
done.
Well, I don't really have anything else. I'm just glad to be back and getting some new episodes out there. Some it's been a while, so I'm not I don't and I hadn't like looked at the very last episode, so I'm not really sure where we left off, and I feel like this is almost a little bit of a fresh start. Like we're
Hmm.
starting a
But,
new season of episodes.
well, even if we don't officially have a season, Dallas had how many seasons? We can have our own.
Yeah. Yeah, this Life from the Inside Out, season 3, we'll call it.
Now, we trust that you are comfortable.
Yes, Chris, very comfortable.
Indeed, and we thank you and the listeners for their consideration.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for making it back on the show.
Indeed. And do not worry, it is said to be similar to getting back on the bike very quickly.
Thank thank you for the reassurance.
Of course, it is a metaphysical bike, but nonetheless, it is still good to go. Now, since this is an unofficial new season, we would like to introduce a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a change. And this might allow for smaller sets and perhaps a few more than just the one or two that you have been accustomed to putting out. And it would go along the lines of something like 3 essential steps to improving dream recall, or 4 steps for better sleep or more mindfulness. Does that make some sense to you?
Yep, I'm following so far.
Hmm? So the idea is to present something easier for the viewing audience to put into practice, put into effect, and derive very good results. Because we do understand the validity of a dialogue and or monologue, but at the same time, this would be a little bit of a different engagement, something that the viewer, the listener, can bite into in a different way. Does that also make sense to you?
Yeah, all right.
So, for instance, we can begin with something like 3 essential steps to improve dream recall. And this can be said to be a practical guide from our perspective. And of course, first step, number one, is to set the stage before you fall off to sleep. That is number one. You see, your mind is a vast, multi-dimensional landscape where things actually happen, where action is imminent, where development and growth continue whether you are dreaming or not. So it all occurs in the background. But from the dream self's point of view, your life, your conscious experience is something that occurs in the background and they feed off each other. You would derive far more from nourishment or being nourished from dream self or dream time. So this vast multi-dimensional landscape that you call dreams is worth recognizing, and it is well worth your time to set it up before you fall asleep. So this would involve making a clear intention of recall. And of course, over the years, we have presented different forms of remembering your dreams and writing them down. One of the most efficient one is when you wake up, your dreams, whether it is one or two or five that you recall, will pop up in your conscious mind in the order they were dreamed of, and you can write them down uncensored. That is very important. So this keeping of a dream journal should be done within your reach, so that when you get out of bed in the morning, you can jot down not just the dream itself, but especially the feelings, the feeling tone, even fragments of a dream that may show up in this one, colors, symbols, activities, things that were said, actions that were taken. Even if they seem trivial, it is important. So this powerful affirmation can be as simple as, tonight I will remember and understand my dreams. Now, a caveat to this is that if you keep telling yourself you never remember your dreams, then do not be surprised if you do not, even though you try to put this into effect. You may have to go and change that previous programming. And even if you don't remember dreams, tell yourself that you do remember your dreams and they will come to the surface of your conscious mind. That is very important. Because again, if you keep telling yourself you've never remembered dreams before, why should you do now? Then you will keep repeating the cycle. Does that make sense so far?
Yes, that's pretty straightforward so far.
Indeed. Now, number two, you can simply say, or we will call it, the art of the middle ground, waking with awareness. So when you wake up, we would recommend strongly to not have a loud alarm system that would jolt you out of bed, because that will instantly wipe out your dream memory. We suggest that you keep your eyes closed for a moment and let the dream percolate to the surface naturally. In yoga practices, there is a specific kind of yoga called yoga nidra, the yoga of sleep and dreams. And it follows the same principle. It might even include during the daytime, if you have the time, lay down, even if it was for 5 or 10 minutes, and pretend that you are dreaming and that you have images and feelings that come up. This may set the tone even more. So when you wake up, instead of jolting yourself awake, try to lay still for a few moments, eyes closed, and just luxuriate in the memory of some of the dream images that you have had and the feelings that came with them. And if some details may seem faint or slightly out of focus, You can mentally retrace your steps backwards, such as asking yourself, what was the last thing that I remember before waking? This will often open a door to more memories. Just keep in mind that dream time, the dream world, is not something that exists separate from you. It is an actual other facet of your consciousness communicating and exchanging information with you from that subconscious to that conscious level. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Indeed. And then step three, revisit and re engage throughout the day. You see, your dreams are alive in a very real sense. They don't just vanish, they actually continue. It is just that you have taken your attention away, but the dreams do continue. So throughout the day, it is worth your while to reflect on any of the symbols that may have stood out for you. And often a new interpretation, a new meaning may emerge when you least expect it. So you will get flashes of insights you might never have considered, say, earlier in the day. Now you have had some time to ruminate, and new insights may just pop up. So ask yourself then, what does this dream want me to understand about myself today? And the answer may come in a variety of synchronistic ways. It may unexpectedly be the result of a conversation with a friend. They might say something that strikes you in a particular way. You might be out shopping and you see something, a sign, an event, an activity that triggers a light bulb event. And there is a bonus to be had. The more you treat your dream life as real and meaningful, not just the result of having eaten some kind of bad cheese, the more it responds. You always get more of what you concentrate upon. That is the basic fundamental rule. So what you focus on expands. Focus on dreams as meaningless, and you get just more of that. And if you found this little tidbit valuable, subscribe to our channel. Ask questions, engage us, and see what comes up.
Well, I like that. That will encourage the viewers to be engaging that part of themselves, that dream
Indeed,
self, that's part of that focus.
indeed. It is very nice for us to share information. We enjoy this very much. The next stage is engaging on a secondary level once individuals have inquiries. Then that opens the doors to even deeper understanding. So if you want a symbol, think of going out to a restaurant and eating a very nice meal. But you also know that this restaurant, for some reason, are renowned for their out of this world desserts. Yes, you want the meal, but you also salivate at the thought that they will bring out a dessert that will really top off the meal and will make it even more delightful. So let us also get into the dessert section with you when you engage with us. Leave comments, engage. How does that sit with you?
I like that quite a bit.
Indeed. So you can, if you like, consider this part one for the evening. Short, sweet, to the point, engaging, and ideally, it can act as a call to action.
Yeah. Well, and I
So
know
you can,
too, Chris, can people also, you mentioned the suggestion before going to bed that you remember the dreams. Can we also request that dream self or inner self through the dream process answer a specific question through the dreams and sort of fuel that prior to going to
absolutely,
bed? No. Okay.
absolutely. Many people have reported going to sleep, mulling a particular, say, physical condition or even an emotional situation that seems to be unresolved. And of course, unresolved emotional situations often end up being unresolved physical situations. But you can ask your dream self, the part of you that is active in the dreams, to seek out answers from greater portions of itself, greater aspects of itself. And often, if you don't remember the dream per se, you might, during the course of the day or two, have a flashback of an element of that dream that brought you an answer or a solution. And you actually have to put it into practice to understand that it works. We strongly suggest you do not just take our word for it or the word of any non physical teacher. Put it into effect, and then you will know that true knowing is not just an intellectual escapade now. This is real. As the expression goes, shit gets real. Very good. So if you like, if you have other inquiries along those lines, please feel free. Otherwise, we can take a little break.
Yeah, we'll take a short break. Thanks, Chris.